Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ron Zielinski.
and today we are joined with a special guest, Cubs Hall of Good. Thank you for coming on today. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Doing
great.
good, especially after a Cubs W.
Dude,
Always
that was
feeling good.
sick. Suzuki
Yeah,
was awesome. Suzuki's been killing the last week, dude.
I know. Finally, it's about time.
Yeah, so you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came up with the idea for the Cubs Hall of Good?
So the Cubs Hall of Good is kind of based off of Carl Edwards Jr. in a way. He's definitely like the cornerstone of it. I know like growing up a Cubs fan in Wisconsin, like I have to like I feel like I'm always like fighting for like little small like players that be like, oh well, we had Chris Bryant, oh we have Christian Yelich, blah blah blah. And I feel like Carl Edwards Jr. was always like my favorite player to bring up and be like, this is how deep our bullpen is, like blah blah blah. And like I didn't know what I was talking about. I was like 8 when we had Carl Edwards Jr. So like Carl Edwards Jr. was just such a big part of my childhood. So I think like I just recently turned 18. So I think like I wanted to start something to like represent those players a lot. And the idea is very heavily based off of the MLB Hall of Good. So it's I'm not sure where he's out of. I'm pretty sure he's out of the East Coast and he does a similar thing, but he does it with all MLB. But there's not a lot of Cubs players that kind of make it.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
figured I kind of start my own thing. Um like some criteria for the hall to make sure that we're not like letting everyone in is you have to stay under two all-star appearances. You cannot have an MVP or a Cy Young. So guys like Rizzo, Chris Bryant, Arrieta won't be able to get in, which is kind of sad. But
We got to
like a weird,
recognize those low depth chart guys, those
The
low
East
to middle
Coast
depth
yeah,
chart guys.
Blue
yeah,
guys.
Yeah,
and we just had a really weird vote. So there was all the people on the ballot are fan submitted. So I have like a list on my phone of everyone who's submitted, and then everyone gets tagged in the post if they get elected. And Javier Baez qualifies for the Hall. He only has two All Star appearances for the Cubs, which is so weird to me. So another thing about the Cubs Hall of Good too is that you are elected only based off your Cubs stats. So guys like Chapman can get in, Rendon can get in. Also, another fun rule I think I added was you can be in the Hall of Fame, but you cannot be in the Cubs Hall of Fame. So
okay,
guys,
okay.
guys like George Bell can get in if they wanted to, or not if they wanted to, but if he gets elected. So I think I really want this hall to represent kind of your role players of the MLB for the Cubs, and I think like the community that we've built has been so awesome. Like big shout out to the Hispanic Cubs. They have definitely helped me grow this page a lot. They're like reposting everything. That's where a lot of my followers come from. Like even your guys' recent post where I had a bunch of my followers go tag me in there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the community that the Cubs Hall of Good is like ridiculous. And it's I think I've been on like this account's been around for like 2 weeks now. Like
2 weeks? Oh wow,
yeah, and we're at like
that's wow.
560 or something right now.
Yeah,
So
somewhere around there.
it's getting there for sure. Yeah.
So you said they're only let's say some star. I can't really think of one, but plays 2 years with the Cubs, one All Star, no MVP, no Cy Young. Even if they're Hall of Fame level, they're still just based off the Cubs stats, they're still eligible.
Yeah, so guys like to talk about like because some people have DM me and asked me about this for sure is like Aroldis Chapman and Daniel Murphy. If y'all remember Daniel
Dude,
Murphy with
Daniel
the
Yeah,
Murphy's
Cubs,
tenure
Daniel
with the
Murphy.
Cubs, bro.
yeah, that's yeah, deep cut. Oh my gosh, I was so hyped because I loved Daniel Murphy growing up too. Like he
Mm.
was like one of my favorite second basemen. But yeah, like that guys like that can be elected. There's not really a whole lot of Hall of Famers who spent a short amount of time with the Cubs and
Mm.
were like ridiculous. I feel like Chapman's probably the best one that had a short stint with the Cubs. And I feel like he definitely would belong in the hall. Like I don't
Yeah.
feel like his name would pop out a whole lot. Um, like I was very hesitant about the Javier Baez vote just because the Cubs would have won the division that year. And what was
Yeah.
it, 2018?
Yeah,
2019 he was running
2018,
for
yeah.
MVP.
2018.
And like he got 100% of the vote with 82 votes. Like it was nuts. But like the Cubs Hall of Good is so like fan oriented, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I never want to be too Hollywood about it, where I'm running my own
Mm.
votes because I've definitely seen some pages go, "Oh, I'm promoting Kalshi now. I'm promoting Underdog."
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want it. I don't want it to ever get too company-ish. You know what I mean? Like I
Just a
want it to make
fun little
sure.
thing, like in the community. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I mean, how we started Cubs Line podcast, honestly, we didn't tell you the story, but we went to a Friday 120 game and we were just talking about like podcasts and talking baseball. We're like, hey, why don't we start our own? And I mean, we started not on Zoom.
Oh, it was bad. If you want to go watch our first like 3 episodes, I'm like, we did it just like a screen recording, and I'm
Oh,
glitching and everything, and the sound quality was so bad, and it was just like, you learn these things. But yeah, like you said, we were literally on the train home, and Ryan goes, "Do you want to start a podcast?" And I was like, I mean, I will. I don't know how to start one, but I mean, it starts like that, just like the little idea.
Yeah, so
yeah.
you go. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying. Yeah, I was just agreeing.
Yeah, but I mean, just crazy how it starts up. And I kind of want to ask you, I know you said you were from Wisconsin. Like, how did you find your passion and love for the Cubs?
So definitely runs through my dad. Like during Father's Day, I made a post about it. So he grew up in southern Wisconsin, and before the Brewers were also they were in the AL at the time. So
Mhm.
you can kind of choose in Wisconsin during that time if you wanted to root for the Cubs or the Brewers. And then also at the time, all Cubs games were nationally televised,
Oh
as
yeah,
my
the
dad
glory
says.
days.
So my dad always tells me it's like it's because of that. And then he grew up with a bunch of neighbors that are from Illinois. So he kind of grew up just around Cubs fans. So I mean, it was like installed in me ever like since I was a baby. It was Cub stuff everywhere. Like also I think I have a Father's Day post with me and my dad, and I'm like decked out in Cubs gear, and I'm in some bowling alley with him. And then like every single day I was wearing Cubs stuff. Like my closet's 50% Cubs stuff, 50% Bucks stuff. So I'm not sure if our Illinois watchers are gonna appreciate that, but
Hey, I'm a Bucks fan, so
oh
that's
wow,
great.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I like to hear that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's how it always is. Like with those, like just through your dad and like same. I'm a Michigan fan. Like I'm a Chicago fan. Like except the Bucks, and I'm a Michigan fan. And it was just it's all because of him. He's been a Michigan fan since he was born. So like, I feel like I mean I'm not gonna throw shade at you for that because that's like that's what you're born into.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so speaking about that, you were at the game on Sunday. You said huge win, Seiya Suzuki with the double, Michael Bush RBI walk, and then Jordan Wicks called up from AAA that day. Comes into the game, bases loaded, no outs, walks the first batter, and then somehow turns a double play on Gary Sanchez. Cubs go on to win the series. I mean, what was that atmosphere like? Wrigley North, Cubs with a huge series win over their rivals in Milwaukee.
So, dude, it's like indescribable. Like I've been to Cubs Brewer games before, and like this one kind of felt different for sure. Like it was my girlfriend's first time being at a Cubs Brewers game, and she's been to other Cubs games before, and she even said like the atmosphere is so different. Like it's truly Wrigley North. Like we were talking about this before the podcast. Like Cubs fans show up compared to like
Dude,
every other fan
preach,
base.
preach. Yeah.
Like and I've been to a bunch of different stadiums around the US, and there's always like five Cubs fans there wearing a Cubs jersey. There's no other fan base like the Cubs. So like when you're looking at the crowd, it is all light blue, and especially with the new Bruce or what was it last year's City Connect where it's also light blue. Now it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to tell, but still you
Yeah.
see like Cubby blue everywhere. Like our entire section was like all Cubs fans, and it was this row of Brewer fans. Um it's not as much of a hostile environment as you would think it would be, but it is like you kind of feel like there's this sense of division between Brewers fans and Cubs fans. Even going out of the parking lot, right? You're you're letting Illinois plates go in front of you, but if there's a Wisconsin driver, you're cutting in front of
I
them.
don't know. You're cutting
Like
them off. Yeah.
yeah, like my girlfriend, she's so funny because she was driving back and she's just cutting off people, anyone with an Illinois plate or not anyone with Illinois plate. Anyone with Wisconsin plate is not getting through. So, but no, so I think after Gary Sanchez hit that home run and you're sitting there for 3 or 4 innings and you're just like, okay,
It
what's
was
gonna happen? What's gonna
pitiful. I mean,
happen?
I think we had what, one hit going into the seventh, I think.
So yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they couldn't touch Woodruff.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's the thing. So guys like Woodruff, Ian Happ, Yelich, guys who've just been around the division for so long, it's kind of like this stalemate almost because like we don't have anyone really on the Cubs that's been around to see Woodruff for that long, considering he's been hurt for like the last 2 years.
except Hap.
And
Yeah,
yeah, and
You
then
could
the
argue
thing that
Nico
sucks is
too.
that what do you say?
You could argue Nico too. Nico had those two
Yeah,
guys.
he's been Nico feels like he's been around for so much less than he actually has been. So I was looking back on
I
some
know,
clips. I'm like,
right?
oh my gosh, he played with Javi and Brian. I'm pretty
I
sure,
think he debuted in
Yeah.
2019.
which is that is so
Which is
crazy to me
insane
because
to think about. I mean, you think
Yeah.
of him as like a 4 year, 3 year player, which is crazy to me.
I think he came in young. It's because I think what happened was the whole Addison Russell situation pushed him up
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
real
Yeah.
fast. And like, and that's actually the main reason that Javi moved to shortstop was because of Nico Horner.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, it's all these like small things, but like, I think, oh, going back to the game, but like sitting there for 3 or 4 innings, like, what's going to happen? And we finally score some runs. And literally every time Ian Happ and Seiya Suzuki came up to bat, I was like, it's your time to do something.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Say was gonna go like 4 for 4 or something just because of how much he's been killing the Brewers this series. Like it was very disappointing for the first 6 innings for sure. You just kind of like to be a Cubs fan at stadium felt like you couldn't breathe. Like especially with it being tied up 1-1 in that series, like there's so much pressure because
It's a
walking
series you
out of
have to win. It's a
the
series you have
right.
to win because you
Yeah,
got swept at home, and now you're trailing the division. Like you have to win this series. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
yeah. So but we scored some runs in the ninth, and in the bottom of the ninth and the bottom of the 10th, like I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Like I drink too much
Mhm.
caffeine for that to be happening. Like my heart's already like 10 years ahead, dude. And like, and my girlfriend, she's like, should I go to the bathroom right now? I'm like, no, dude, we're in the ninth. Um, and she was like, well, I don't want to see the Brewers win. I'm like, don't even put that out in the air.
Don't
Um,
even talk that into the world.
Dude, and then I see Jordan Wicks walk out. Actually, no, it was Ethan Roberts. And I've always had this thing for Ethan Roberts where I always thought he was gonna be like really good. And I always thought he was gonna be like an all-star reliever at some
We
point.
love E-Rob. We
Because
love E.
I went to spring training the year Ethan Roberts. I know it's a little off topic, but I went to spring training the year he made the team out of camp, and it was a really cool story. And I always liked his stuff, but he's very inconsistent. Like you'll get a couple great
Yeah,
outings from him, and you'll get a couple shaky. But that's a little off topic too. But Bryce Wilson shoved against the Brewers. That was, I mean, tip your cap to him because he
dude,
went
that
head to
was
head with
awesome.
Woodruff. That was awesome.
Yeah,
And just like cool to see like he got DFA'd. Tyler Ferguson came into pitch in that game. He got DFA'd. Ethan Roberts up and down. Jordan Wicks up and down. Like a lot of these guys that pitched and shoved against the Brewers against their big three in a series win haven't necessarily got. I mean, even Rollison, he got DFA'd this offseason too. He's sitting at like a 2 ERA, so it's pretty cool to see how these guys that have gotten DFA'd and stuff are making a big impact for this team right now,
right.
find ways to win.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is when you think about that Cubs bullpen is like, hey, like it's on us now. Like Shota is not saving you. Javier Assad is not saving you out of all people. Dude, like a little off topic, but Javier Assad's been a monster these last like 3 or 4 starts. He's just been
We talked about
awesome.
that last show. Like
Yeah,
we used to be like early in the season when he was like really good, then really bad. Then we were so like off on Javier Assad, but we just talked about how like slowly but surely like he's been a monster since everybody's been dropping like flies.
fix them all
He's
around
really
the
come
field.
in and been able to shut the door. Yeah.
Right. And then so I was like, especially since he has had reliever appearances, like the thought did cross my mind, is Javier Assad going to come in with the bases loaded in the 10th? Like, because I was like, who are we going to give the ball to?
Yeah,
Like, because
who
I
you
could
gotta
see
use.
someone warming up, and I'm just like, there's like no one because Palencia is hurt, and like there's just no one that we can turn to because we ran through all of our good bullpen guys.
Yeah.
So, so dude, I saw Wiggins walk out and like I like was ready to walk out of the stadium. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had no hope. Like he's been getting rocked.
He
And
hasn't
but
been
I
able to
mean,
get through the every first inning of his like starts has been five. It was 5 runs, 3 runs. So that's when I was like, oh, this game's over. I was
right,
like, this
yeah.
game's over.
And like and I love to give him credit for not allowing any more runs, but it's our defense. Like we would have lost that game without our defense. Like that play that PCA had in center was ridiculous. Well, at this point, it doesn't even surprise me. That's what PCA does now. It's just he makes these tough plays like all the time.
Yeah,
So, like, I guess to wrap that up, it's just being there at the game in such a kind of do or die situation. It almost felt like game 7 of the playoffs in a way. Like it felt like the Cubs season would just be a joke if we didn't win that game. Like I feel like that was a statement game. And I think you're gonna maybe see one more 10-game win streak out of the Cubs this year. Maybe even two. Like
they're playing real good
we
ball. I mean, they're 8-2 in their last
right.
10. Like, I think they're
Yeah.
actually, I think they're actually like it's that extended is like 15-4 or something like that,
Right.
like 12-4. Yeah,
thing about the Cubs is like they're a very streaky team. Like they can either not make the playoffs or they can go and make a World Series run. Like you don't know what you're going to get with them.
exactly. Yeah,
They've had multiple
Right.
10+ win streaks. They've also lost a bunch of bad games too. Like you don't know what you're going to get with them. Kind of about this Milwaukee series, I wanted to point out like you just got swept by them at home. And last year on that field, game 5, your season ended and Milwaukee took the picture with the L flag and everything. Like that's got to feel personal. Like even seeing Craig Counsell on the bench going nuts after that. Like that game was personal, 100%, and you needed to win that game.
yeah. Like I know you were there, but like, did you see that clip of Craig?
Yeah, I did. And it kind of makes me feel better about Craig for sure. Like,
A
is
hundred
like
percent.
I used to, me and my dad used to joke about how we thought Craig Counsell was a secret agent for the Brewers
My
because
grandma, my grandma loves to say that.
he's so nonchalant about everything all the time. There's been a couple times where I've seen him flip out. Like there was a bad call on PCA like earlier in the year, and he's like freaking out. And I'm like, dude, please do that more. Like that's what I loved about David Ross so much. He felt so entwined with the team because he would just yell at anyone. Or like that one clip of him, or it's a picture of him flipping off the umps. Like that's
Yeah,
what. Not that
yeah,
I
I
want
remember
my
that.
manager
That
to
was
get
awesome.
ejected. Yeah, it's not that I want my manager to get ejected, but I want him to care about the team. And that's and like the whole idea of caring about the team is why I'm kind of glad that we don't have Kyle Tucker anymore too. Because watching his
yeah.
demeanor is just like he does not care about wearing Cubby blue at all.
No,
So
yeah,
I
no.
think I think Craig Counsell's trying to change that culture of like, hey, like we're gonna grind out wins. We're not the number one seed at all, right? Like we're gonna have to grind out these wins. Like things are gonna get tough. We just gotta be tougher.
Yeah, that's kind of how I want like the Cubs' identity to be. Like, as much as you don't want it to be the Brewers, but like that's how the Brewers play. Like, they're not the most skilled team. They don't have the most star power, but they're like a chippy team. They chip away at pitchers. They find ways to score runs. They play small ball. Like that's the identity you need to be a winning team. And about Craig Counsell, like sometimes I think he's a robot. He doesn't show emotion, and you want a manager who's going to show emotion and is going to win over the clubhouse. And a lot of people thought Craig lost the clubhouse during that losing streak, if I'm to be completely honest. Like,
Mhm.
people thought he lost the clubhouse, but you like to see that emotion from your manager after a big win, him getting hype. And Kyle Tucker, I mean, don't even get me started. I couldn't stand him. Like, if Kyle Tucker would look the same if he grounded into a double play or he hit a home run. Like, he was
Or he
right.
hit a walk-off home run. Yeah,
He didn't show any emotion. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. And one of the things I love most is guys that showing pride that they want to wear the Cubby blue. Like wearing the pinstripes is a privilege, and you got to go out there and play like you want to wear it and play for the Cubs and their identity. But Kyle Tucker did not want to do that
That's
whatsoever.
why
yeah.
and this is also kind of a throwback. This is why I love Albert Alzolay so much. Like that's why he has like a special place in my heart
Oh my
is
god,
because like
that was
he
the
would get
live fist
so
bumps.
hype,
Yep.
dude, and like just slamming the door was awesome. Like that
Yeah,
was like even like during a bad Cubs team, that felt like we were doing something. That
The people's
and we could
fist.
talk about yeah,
Love
like
him.
I think we can talk about it later in the podcast about what the Cubs pitching is going to look like within the next couple months, but like I would maybe give because I think he's with the Mets too. I would definitely give the Mets a call and be like, "Hey, what do you want? What do you want for him just to get that like
yeah.
energy in the bullpen?"
Yeah, and I do want to go back to like the whole like not showing emotion thing, and you went with the throwback, like also like with John Lester. You look at any pic of him in a Cubs uniform or like him, when they won the pennant, he didn't smile. But here's the thing about that though. He gets a big strikeout, a big out. He was always pumping his fist, shouting in excitement. But like with Kyle Tucker, it was like there was none of that. Like Lester didn't smile, but like he showed emotion, and like Tucker, like I, he was the biggest waste like ever. Like I'm so glad he's not on the team, but like you're right. Like we do need more of that. Like just the emotion, and like with Craig Counsell, like when the Cubs were on the 10-game losing streak, and even when they were like still playing bad ball after that, I would be like, dude, just get thrown out. Like like if there's a like close call, just get thrown out. Like just light a
Yeah,
fire. Like you know what I mean? Like something like that. Like just show that you care. And that's all I ask. Just
I
show you
mean,
care.
right, talking about the emotion, like that's what I love most about guys like PCA. Like after the walk-off win tonight, throwing his helmet, talking to the Padres dugout, like Bogart's
Yeah.
gotten PCA. You couldn't see this, but I was at the game. PCA was running. Bogart's gotten PCA's face after the game. That's something not a lot of people saw, but I love that. Like
yeah,
they were not happy with PCA, and that's what I love most about guys like him, guys like Daniel Palencia. Even the game yesterday. Jacob Webb gets out of a jam. He's pumped up. That gets your dugout going. That gets the momentum going into the 10th inning. Like, that's what I love most about guys that show emotion and play the game with passion. Obviously, you don't want to play the game with too much emotion because then you get in your head and everything. But if you're playing the game with some emotion and passion, that's what I love most about guys like PCA, Daniel Palencia, Nico Horner.
Yeah.
So we could talk a little bit about tonight's game, 3-2 walk-off win. How was in attendance? I thought that Suzuki ball was gone. I don't know if you guys saw the clip from Marquee, but
The camera literally like looked like the ball was gonna go out of the stadium.
yeah.
yeah,
That's what I was watching it on marquee, dude, and I'm sitting and I'm like watching my TV, and I'm like, I thought it was like out on wavelength. I'm not gonna lie,
I did
I
too.
thought
Oh,
that thing was
100%. Yeah.
smacked,
Yeah.
and I mean, like, who was the Padres left fielder? Because I know they made a substitution. I got into it
um,
like after the seventh inning.
I didn't know exactly who it was. I think the last name was Bowers, maybe. I don't know. It
Yeah, yeah.
was
So
because they
like,
Bowen,
gathered
Bowen,
sheets.
Bowen.
Yeah,
I
Bowen, because they had Sheets hit and then they put Bowen in left,
And
but
he had just hosed Dansby. So he was like
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
was yeah.
So, dude, and then so literally as soon as I see the ball not go out of Wrigley, I'm thinking about back to this is such a niche moment, but I want to say it was in 2021 when we had Wilson Contreras and it was against the Reds. Wilson Contreras thought he had this like 3-run bomb because he pimped it and everything. And it was a fly out to left.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that like small moment ran through my mind when Suzuki pimped it and it didn't go out because I thought he had the ball because
Mhm.
I see him put his glove up and all of a sudden the ball is just gone.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
So
like another thing too, like another that brings me back to when the Cubs were in the race in 23 against and they were playing the Diamondbacks. Nico hit that ball. If any of you guys remember it when they
oh my
lost one
gosh,
nothing, Nico hit the ball that like looks like it's gonna hit the video board and it was a fly out. So like
flag.
that's why I'm like, we need to get a new camera operator. Like I thought that ball was smoked. And then I see the guy go up for it and I'm like, oh, he caught it. Because that's what I originally thought. I originally thought he made the play, but luckily he didn't.
My angle was so off. Like I was in between the left field, like right in the gap, and I was just trying to look over, and I had no
You
clue what
can't see
happened.
back there, yeah.
I
'Cause it,
I
yeah.
yeah.
was 3 rows from the basket. I had no clue what happened. I saw Seiya put his hands up and start pointing like he had a home run. So I thought he went yard. He got to second base. The team came out. So I'm like, I had to watch the replay back, and it probably was even harder on Marquee to see what happened. So it looks like it's going on to Waveland, and the guy comes up.
I thought he caught it.
He
That's the
like
thing.
fell
Because
in
the
the
ball
ivy.
disappeared.
the glove did
Yeah.
disappear. It was hard to see. Then you just see some of the ivy fall and the ball in there. It was a crazy play. I didn't know what
Mhm.
happened. I was just looking at other people's reaction, looking at Saya's reaction. I saw him put his hand up and fist bump, so that's how I knew they won the ball game. But the atmosphere at Wrigley tonight was unreal.
Yeah, and it's good to have that again. Like I feel like right, we were there in the midst of the 10-game losing streak against Houston, and
Yeah.
like it just felt like it was more of like ready for them to screw it up. Like when I mean they didn't even screw it up. They just got their faces smashed in. But like it's so good to have the energetic, positive crowd again, other than the booing and all that. So yeah, it was you even heard it on TV tonight. Like it sounded just electric.
The one thing that did disappoint me was everyone was throwing trash on the field after the game. I'm like, what are we doing? There's no good. I mean, some people were fouled
Raining
up, I
beers.
guess, but it was just a bunch of
Dude,
beers on the field, and all the guys from the bullpen were just like looking up, like, what is going on?
dude, okay, so this is super off topic, but this is crazy. This is crazy dad lore for my dad. So way before Miller Park, when they had Old County Stadium in Milwaukee, um, my dad was a few deep in, and Ken Griffey Jr.'s out in the outfield,
Oh
and
gosh.
my dad smacks Ken Griffey Jr. with a beer cup.
You think we can find that video on YouTube?
Like, I
Like,
wonder if it's somewhere because, like, and he tells me about this story all the time, and he's just like, I'm like, are you sure it was like Ken Griffey Jr.? Because I'm sure that would be like a popular clip that people would bring up. He's like, I
yeah.
swear to God, it was Ken Griffey Jr. I haven't even tried to look it up yet. Maybe I should after this podcast, but like,
That's awesome.
dude, that yeah. So sorry for the off topic thing, but yeah, the beer
No,
cup thing
that's
was
no,
like
that's
getting
hilarious.
my
I
gears.
actually want to look this clip up.
Yeah, that's
Because
hilarious.
I would imagine if this I don't want to think my dad would lie about it, but like I would imagine if it was such like a ridiculous thing, like
You'd
It
be
it would
would
like,
be
be
this.
somewhere. It
yeah,
would be somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
especially with a
but
star like
luckily
Ken
no one
Griffey Jr.
luckily no one got hit tonight though. Luckily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except the Padres outfielders, Clark the Cub was with the W flag, and they were walking
Bro,
back
I
and
saw
he got
that. That was
smacked by
so
it.
funny.
I
That's
saw
awesome.
that. I was dying. That was
Dude, I love Clark.
yeah. So this game started off pretty slow, honestly, the first couple innings. Tatis with a RBI ground out, but it was a smart play by Dansby. He fielded it, went to three, got the lead runner, and it did eventually save a run because the guy after, I believe, Taylor,
Taylor singled, yep.
Taylor hit the single, so it did save a run, made it 1-0. Bogarts hit a double, then Conforto with the big single. I mean, for a guy that we personally, me and Ryan, we could not stand Conforto the first 2 to 3 weeks of the
No,
season.
the first 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks. Then
Yeah,
then I wanted to
Bro,
get a
okay,
jersey.
hold on. Let me preach about Michael Porter out real quick,
Oh
okay?
dear. Here we go.
This dude hits the crap out of the ball. Like
No,
even in
no, no, no,
Milwaukee,
no.
he
We're
did
not.
too.
We're saying the first 2 weeks that he was on the team when he
two
when he
weeks.
didn't get a
Yeah,
hit, we were like, dude, he can't be on the team.
he
And then
started.
after that, I like want to get a jersey.
It
Like
might have been.
Yeah.
I think it was game two of the Angels series, the fifth game of the season. And he just, I think he might have been like 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. They had like two runners on,
he
and
couldn't hit the
he
ball. Like
struck out like
yeah.
2 pitches. But part of that, he didn't get signed till like midway through spring training, so he didn't get as much of a start as the other guys. So that was more of like an end to spring training
Hmm.
compared to like a start of the season for some of the guys. But
Yeah.
as of now, I love him. I mean, he's a great pinch hitter. Um,
Dude, yes. He reminds me of Tommy LaStella a whole lot when it comes to that
Yes,
pitch
yes.
hitting
That's a
clutch.
really good comparison. Yeah.
Like literally, like I mean, it's not like he doesn't have the versatility of Tommy LaStella, which kind of sucks. But like we can talk about it later. But Kevin Alcantara, I feel like should maybe have that spot a little bit over Conforto because I
I
feel
agree.
like
I agree.
it's like, but Michael Conforto has, and I think it's maybe his vet status is like he can hit the crap out of the ball, but it does not get out. It does not like get out of the park at all. It will be to the warning track, and he does it. I swear to God, he does it every game.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing we talked about, just like and like his longevity too. Like when they made the signing, I think we had a show the day or two after, and I'm going through his stats, and like with the Mets, it was constant 260, 270, 250, 280, 260. And then last year he was obviously unwatchable, but I was like, he's a good hitter. Like he's a good player. He's gonna do a job for you. And like I feel like anytime that he comes in to pinch hit after the seventh inning, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a double. This is gonna be a single. He's gonna hit a bomb. Like he's so reliable in moments like that. But yeah, I've come around to just love Michael Conforto.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have I. And my uncle's a Dodgers fan. Thinking Ford hit like 199 last year, and he said like he would be on the verge of getting DFA'd, and then he hit like a game tying homer that would save his job. But I
And
loved
that
Conforto.
literally happened too. Like that happened. Yeah.
It did, yeah. But I remember he was just terrible in that Guardians game. It was very low scoring. It was game one of the doubleheader, and he had like the only hit through like 6 innings.
Dude,
But he also ruined Cabrera's no hitter. I remember he poorly played that ball and right.
He did.
And
That
yeah,
has me pretty mad.
yeah. But he's been
dude,
awesome.
Cabrera, I like when he first was with the Cubs, I loved Cabrera so much. And now I'm just like, I hope he never makes the Hall of Good. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, his ERA is awful. I mean, he can't stay healthy. He like we go back to the first game back after the long injury against Houston, or no, it was against San Francisco. It was like 1-0. The
Terrible.
double play, it would have been a double play, and it like hit his foot, and then that turned into like an 8-run inning, and it's
It
just
was a
like,
grand slam by
like
Chapman.
yeah, yeah, and it's just like, dude, like, this guy can't catch a break. But I mean, he can't stay healthy. Every outing seems. I mean, he finally had a good outing, and his knee exploded. like,
Yes, dude. Well, he's also playing the Mets. Granted that granted he played the Mets, but still, like, it's just hard to watch all your pitching just straight up explode. But we gain this like Brewers dark magic of pitching all of a sudden, where we can literally throw anyone out there and they throw a quality outing. Like Shota's had a couple good starts here. Um, I I feel like Shota should be a way better pitcher than he is right now, considering he's a contact pitcher and he does not get a lot of strikeouts, and we have the arguably the best defense in the league.
he just
Like,
he just gives up balls that instead of hit like 310 or hit like 450. Like
yeah,
like in the like in the playoffs last year, game 2. I mean, that
Like,
was
long
that
home.
was terrible. Like
I
yeah.
mean, you
dude,
go
yeah,
up three to
he's
nothing in the first inning. Like I could talk about this for days. That
Seiya
Milwaukee.
hits a ball 500 feet in the first inning, and you're thinking this series is tied. And then Andrew Vaughn, of all people, that was terrible. But don't
yeah.
really want to relive that.
So talking about the game two again, PCA has walked a lot recently, like an
Hmm.
uncharted amount
I
of
was
walks.
just
Like
actually
even
gonna funny you bring that up. I was just going to because I saw a stat. I think he's walked 17 times this month and 15 last month, I believe. And before that, his previous high in a month was 8. Like he's grown
yeah,
maybe 5 years in his play this year. Like he's
I
kind of
mean, do you guys remember when he didn't take pitches?
no.
Like, like
so
he
He's swinging everything.
yeah, he was
so
swinging at everything.
So the comparison that I have for him when like a last year PC or a second half PCA and kind of like young or not younger PCA, he's still young, is kind of like a Javier Baez before
Yeah.
he left Chicago.
Oh my god,
Is where
100%.
the dude wants like like it felt like he wanted to be the hero of Chicago so bad all of the time.
Yep.
And I think in order for him to be that hero of Chicago, he just needs to do what he's been doing. Is if he gets a good pitch, swing at it, but take long ABs. Like I think this one spot is definitely helping him a lot. And I'm gonna assume the
Yep.
conversations happen where he's like, "Hey, dude, just take longer at bats because you're not only gonna walk more, but you're gonna find more pitches to hit."
Find your pitch to hit exactly, and yeah, and like bringing up that one spot. I like remember like during the losing streak, Craig shuffled the lineup around everywhere,
Right.
and
Yeah.
in all the spots he really missed on. I'm not gonna lie, but that one spot, putting Pete there. I mean, I think it might have been the best decision Craig has maybe like ever made managing this ball
Right.
club. But yeah, like what you're like, you could continue, but I just wanted to jump in there and say like putting Pete at the one might be one of the best decisions he's ever made as a manager.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's kind of also been a Cubs ideal where it was definitely very weird where I guess it was a risky move. It panned out where PCA couldn't hit a beach ball, and then you put him in the one spot, and all of a sudden he's figured it out now. Like
Mhm.
I we did it with his. So for all these comparisons, maybe it's because I watch way too much baseball, is early early season PCA reminded me a lot of what would happen every single year with Anthony Rizzo. And I think that's why Anthony Rizzo also only has three All Stars, is because the guy couldn't hit a beach ball for the first 2 months of the season at all. Like this guy, he
Low
cannot hit,
starts.
and I think that's what we're going to see out of PCA for the rest of his career, where he cannot hit the ball for the first 2 months, and then he starts smacking it, and then he's the best center fielder in the league.
I mean, yeah, it even happened last year too. Like when
Last
he
year was
was
kind of the opposite, I thought. 'Cause he
no,
started.
well, no, but
Yeah,
more of like, but like with just his unreal first half, like I feel like it took him a month or two to really get going, and
Yeah,
then I mean he never looked back in the first half. He was unbelievable, but like I feel like it's kind of the same. It's been the same thing, like you said. Like takes him a month, he goes crazy. Just hopefully this year he can keep it up and not you know skyfall after in the second half.
right. And I think him being our leader now, and I would say PCA is the leader. Like I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
PCA was like, "Hey, Kyle Tucker, you take the locker room. You've been around longer in this league than I have, so I'm gonna allow you to do things." And I think that's why we kind of struggled. Is because I think the Cubs locker room's looking around for a leader, and Kyle Tucker wouldn't step up. Like I would want Ian Happ to be that leader, but I just don't think he's
Ian
good
Happ
enough to be
doesn't
that leader.
seem like a leader. You know,
Another guy who's
Yeah,
very well respected, like underrated, is Jamison Tyon as a leader. Like everyone respects him, but he's a starting pitcher, so it's kind of hard. You want your leader to be kind of an everyday guy, but a guy the Cubs been missing big time, not only from his play but from his leadership, is Justin Steele. I don't know if you remember, but Cubs were in a really bad stretch. That Milwaukee game, it was a really bad error. Ball like dropped between shortstop, second, and center. No one
hmm
made the play. Steele came off the mound. He was fired up. He lit a fire under the team, and
my God.
since then they were very solid. So like I just feel like Justin Steele, Tyon are two great leaders, but you kind of want a guy every day, and center field's a perfect position. Like you're the leader of the outfield, and I do think
And your
PC.
leadoff hitter too.
Yeah,
correct. Yes.
Yeah.
I do think PCA leaned a little bit on Kyle Tucker to try and be the leader, and Tucker obviously failed. And I think PCA wants to be the leader of this team, and I think just in general, like as the face of the Cubs and as their guy and the franchise player, and I think he's going to fit perfectly into that role.
Yeah.
Right. And I'd really love him to be that guy too. And I think he will be. And I think another comparison, I guess, is I think it's always going to be this Horner PCA thing where we're like, oh, those are our two guys, but they're like not ever hot at the same time for some reason, which is a really
Yeah.
weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's kind of reminds me of Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo a little bit, like where it was like we have these two franchise guys.
They did though have a long stretch where they were like red hot at the same time. Like
Yeah,
end of 16, start of 17, they were just unbelievable. But yeah,
right.
that's a good point.
And it's like, and when I see these comparisons, it's a little off topic, but since we're talking about PCA, I see these comparisons of 2016 Chris Bryant and PCA right now. Like PCA is good, but you like if you didn't see Chris Bryant and you had just like the way that Chris Bryant would play, it's not that he would excel at anything, but he was so good at everything. Like there was
He
no
did
weak
not have a hole.
spots.
Well, he didn't have a hole. Yeah.
Right. And I think PCA's whole is paused. I think PCA's whole is just I think he tries to be the hero too much where like we could be tie game bottom of the ninth and he's swinging for the fences. He's not just trying to get on
hmm
base. And I think that approach
Yep.
has definitely changed a little bit now where he's just like, okay, if I'm leading off, the goal is to get on base, not drive it 450 deep. Because
Exactly. If you're down 3-1, what does a solo shot do you in the
Even
ninth
in
inning?
right,
the ninth inning today, his walk, like last year, PCA probably swings out of his shoes the first two pitches, goes chasing the dirt. Today, works it. He was down in the count, works it 3-2, fouls the ball back, takes ball four. Like that's a big league at bat right there, and he's matured so much within a couple of months. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
But then talking a little bit more about the game, Seiya Suzuki with the sac fly. And this was just a really weird play, I thought, because Merrill lost it, and he was in the midst of like watching the replay. Well, he was blowing a bubble, just like couldn't see the ball. Somehow he just dove, made the play, but still got a run there. Made it 2-2. Then Hap struck out, and then top of the sixth inning, Shota got in some trouble. Back to back singles, he got out of it. Great job by Shota. Bottom of the sixth, Nico with the single, and then Conforto. God, it was a really weird play. He hit a chopper to Machado. Machado threw it to second. Then they tagged Nico. It was a really weird play, if I'm being honest. But got runners on first and second. And this part of the game made it frustrated me a lot because Miguel Amaya couldn't lay down a bunt, and I just think that's a tool that you got to have as an MLB player. And
Especially a player like Amaya too. When you're not an everyday guy, you're usually in the bottom of the lineup. Like you need to know how to bunt. You know.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I'd like to see Amaya do well with the Cubs organization. And if he can't do this stuff, he's on his way out.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree
I
because he
think two
hasn't.
of
He
our
really hasn't been playing either.
right. And so if you think of it like, or if you look through our prospect list, like 3 or 4 out of our top 25 are catchers, and we already have Mo Baller and we already have Miguel Amaya. So like, I mean, we already have Carson Kelly. So it's like this debate of who do you let go at catcher. And I think like if you're looking at today, he played okay in the Brewer series the last game, and he had a big double actually that I thought was gonna be way bigger than it
I
was.
will say he had a big throwdown where he got out Tatis in the ninth, but
That was sick. Like
Throw, but he
I
was safe though. No, is that the one you're
no,
talking
he was
about?
out. They
he was
challenged
out.
it.
He was out. They challenged it. He was out.
I left the room because I thought he was safe, but they called him out.
Yeah.
Oh
They
shoot!
called him out straight away, and then
Oh shoot! I thought
they
he was.
tried
I saw the
to.
replay, and then I went to the bathroom or something, and then I thought he was safe, but oh shoot!
So, and dude, yeah, I'm staring at this replay too, and then like I see him tag him on the helmet, or I didn't see him tag on the helmet. I'm like, he's definitely safe.
Yeah.
And then the replay comes across where it's like behind them, and he tags his helmet, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
Oh, did he
because I thought he
brush
was
him on
out
the?
too.
Oh, he brought him,
He yeah,
brushed him on the.
he
Okay.
barely gets him. And then
Yeah.
also side note about Dansby, since Dansby made this out, I swear to God, every time he gets the ball hits him, I think the ball's gonna go through his glove because that glove is like a decade old now.
You
Yeah.
think?
He's
Like,
been
well, it's
using that
because he
glove.
hasn't changed. He hasn't changed his glove. He refuses to change his glove, and
That's
I'm
fair.
so worried that we're gonna get to the playoffs and then the glove's just gonna break.
Dude,
Because knowing the Cubs'
game
luck,
three last year though was what was maybe the best defense I've ever seen the guy play.
dude,
All
he's like
series. All series. Unreal.
Yeah.
even during the Brewers series, he was just making
Unreal.
everything. Bregman saved a couple extra bases for sure during that
Finally,
Brewers
I mean,
series.
finally.
Dude, I've been waiting for Bregman to do something. Like, genuinely, I feel like I'm pushing him with the stick every time he goes up to the bat. Like,
I mean, even tonight, bases loaded, 2 outs, pop out. Like,
but
I
he
don't
doesn't do well with runners in scoring position. It's
know.
so
And
bad.
why are you hitting him in the 2 and 4 spot? Make him a six
I
hitter.
don't know.
Make him.
No, that's the thing. Is like I feel like the excuse is like, well, it's Bregman. Like
I don't
put him in
care.
the bottom of the lineup. Like
There's
he can't do anything.
there's a certain point where you're just like, do we eat this contract? Like, do we just like kind of push him off to the side? Like, do we
I
try
say
hard
you
in
got to
right
give
field?
it. I say you got to give it another year, but I don't know why Pedro Ramirez isn't getting more reps because I really liked what I've seen from him. But
Yeah,
kind of talking about that catching spot, there's a guy, I don't know if you know, but he's in Double A right now. I actually supported the Cubs Line podcast. Their guy Owen Ayers,
Yeah.
dude,
switching to.
I saw him live a couple weeks ago. He is a monster.
We're trying to get in. We were scheduled to have an interview with him last offseason, and his agent as well wanted to hop on the show. So we're trying to get an interview with Owen Ayers. Follows us on Instagram. He's a really cool dude. But I really like
Yeah,
Owen Ayers a lot. I think he has a lot of upside. He can hit from both sides of the plate. He's a 50 power. He's unreal defensively too. He's a 70 arm on MLB prospects. But I really like Owen Ayers, and his window is probably coming up soon. And then another guy, you got two really solid catchers in Double A. You have Ariel Arams, who's 23, right-handed bat. He's not as good as Ayers, but he's solid. Uh, Arams and Ayers are both coming up soon. So I would say Miguel Amaya has another year or two at most. But I don't know about you, but I really like Owen Ayers, and I think he could
Yeah,
be a catcher.
so I like a lot what I see out of him, but I think one of these top ranked catchers is going at the deadline. Like there's no way that they don't leave. Like I think what the Cubs organization is doing right now is that they're kind of scared to trade for pitchers because what happens when everyone comes back? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I think everyone's like, oh well, we want Scoop. Like let's get Scooble and
That's
Peralta.
actually a good point. I've never really thought about that. Like,
With
what
Joe
do you
Ryan, let's get
do?
Skubal. Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie, like I believe in Peterson, and here's the thing: is I wouldn't with how hot Javier Assad has been and how much he stepped up. I wouldn't want to move him back to the bullpen. I don't want to change anything
But
with
it's
Javier Assad.
but it's more like, game 5 of the NLDS. Are you trusting Javier Assad to go out there? Like the thing is, the playoffs are a whole different game, and when you get a guy like Javier Assad who doesn't have playoff experience, he's been shaky this year. Maybe he does, go on a little run, but like you need guys that you can trust late in the year. Kind of like, I mean, I'm not saying go out and get Scooble, but like you need guys like that, and I just don't know if Javier Assad. He'll do fine in the regular season, but I just don't know if he can be trusted like in a big playoff moment, though.
Yeah, so I think maybe I'm a little bit biased, but when it comes to Assad, like I think he's under arbitration still, if I'm not wrong.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
so I think it's him getting pulled up and down from AAA is where you see these rocky starts, right? And the difference between AAA and the MLB is such a big difference. So
huge.
I think when he gets these couple reps in AAA and he comes to the majors, it's almost like a shock a little bit every time to him because he lets up a bunch of runs when he gets called up from AAA, and then he's fine. And then we pull him back, and then we pull him back down again, and then he gets rocked, and then
Yep.
it's just this like back and forth cycle. And arguably, when the bullpen, or not the bullpen, when our starters are fully healthy, I would have him as our 3 or 4 pitchers still. I think it goes Brown, then Boyd, then Assad. Like
Yeah.
we'll have to see what Steele's like when he comes back.
Steele will most
But
likely be, according to Hoyer, Steele's probably going to go to the bullpen at least for the end of this year. But who knows if he's going to come back the same Justin Steele that we saw in 2023, the same
right,
Steele
because
that
he
we
was kind
saw
of
in
old.
2024. But we'll
It
see.
does worry me. Yeah.
He could definitely be a solid arm out the pen though. But another guy that's going to be hitting his window soon is Jackson Wiggins. He was just hurt, but I he he's knocking on the door of the big leagues, honestly, and I assume he's going to have a rotation spot next year. Like my prediction is he makes the opening day roster next year as a starter because I really like what I see out of Jackson Wiggins. He's a great fastball. He has velocity, and that's something that this Cubs rotation kind of lacks. And he tops out at 101. Like the
Yeah.
Cubs do not have a starter that maybe tops out past 96. Like if you
Yeah.
could get Wiggins in that rotation, I think that would be very solid. And then you got
I think.
Wiggins,
I
Brown.
think. I mean, the only reason why he's not on the team right now is that injury,
Yeah,
because of how many injuries there have been with the starters. I mean, he would 100% be in the rotation right now.
yeah.
Well, for sure. Like
Especially throwing 101 too. Like he can bring it.
and I
Yeah.
think that's definitely a trend that we're seeing now in the majors is that you need to have one starter that throws over 100 if you want
I
to be a
mean, I mean,
contender.
Miz is going to be throwing like 107 in a couple years. So,
Yeah.
like,
Insane.
yeah,
Well, I feel like the Cubs are one of a few teams that don't have a starter that throws over 100. Like you need a guy like that, and I think Jackson Wiggins can really provide that. I love what I've seen out of Ben Brown. He's worked his way into this rotation. And I mean, I can see him in the rotation for the foreseeable future. And then obviously, you're probably going to have to put Cabrera in that rotation because of what you've traded for him. I know I'm not a big fan of it, but I assume that's what they'll do. And like if you trade
yeah,
for a guy like Scooble or Joe Ryan, like who knows where they fit in. And I'm honestly fine with shipping guys off though, because that's all part of the process, and you're gonna have to get rid of pitchers. But I don't really know. I'm kind of torn on what to do with the deadline as far as going after a starting pitcher,
yeah. I mean,
especially if you have to give up a guy like a Jefferson Rojas or a Josiah Hartshorn, a guy with very high upside that can help this team out.
I
A
would
guy
then
that
rather, I would then rather either go and get like one big name starter that's going to shut the door for you, and then like maybe one or two bullpen guys like a Kittredge from last year, or just go out and just dogpile the bullpen, and not giving up too much. I mean, maybe Miguel Amaya is in a package. I mean, maybe you just pull the plug a little early and just roll with Mo Baller and Carson Kelly. But I did want to mention with the bullpen. I mean, they literally cannot catch a break. Hobie Milner wakes up in the middle of the night with stomach pain, Ubers himself to the hospital, and is now out for 4 to 6 weeks. Ben Brown comes off a start where he shuts the door. He's out. He's out what, like a month or two. Like they literally can't catch a break,
Guerrero
and
has
it's
one good start. His knee busts open, like
exactly, he
can't
explodes
catch
his
it.
knee. Like it's unbelievable. But yeah, so I'm
Valencia
just
starting to get hot. Back on the
back
IL.
on the IL. Yeah, it's
After an
unbelievable.
unreal WBC too. Looking like one
Yeah,
of the most electric closers in the league. Like the guy just hasn't been able to catch a break all year.
yeah.
yeah, and going back on like the whole prospect thing is, I think with Mo Baller, right, is he's not gonna if he's gonna be a Cub for the next 5 years, he's not gonna be a catcher.
No.
Like
Yeah.
he's going to be, and I in him filling up the DH spot, it really isn't worth it for me. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather him be at first, or I'd rather him be in right, just because that right field spot is kind of iffy right now. Like I'd rather have Seiya at DH because he is not clutch in the field. Let me tell
I
you.
don't know about you, but I feel like Mo Baller's Kyle Schwarber to a T. Like just both
Yes,
team up as catchers, big left-handed bat,
I have
power.
a I actually do have a big question about that. So happen in Saya's contract's up after this year. Do you work with Mo Baller on left field all off season and have him play left?
I
I
don't
would
think
say
that's
go
what's going
for
to
it.
happen. I think you're going to see Shaw in left. I think you're going to see Shaw in left just because he's under arbitration, and the dude's going to be an all star one day. Like
Yeah.
I think you put him in left, or maybe he gets comfortable in right. But I like if you look at Mo Baller, that dude's not moving nowhere in left field. Like
No.
let's be real with ourselves.
It's
Like
just it's yeah, well, in more left field just because like it's the easiest position. You've got the short throw to third, but like I mean they did that with Schwarber. I feel like Schwarber was in a little bit better shape than Mo Baller, but like it's just an idea.
right, yeah.
We've got our catcher. We have our future first baseman in Bush. Do you try to fit him in somewhere? It's just an idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
and that
personally
first
don't know if
base,
I would either.
yeah, that first base is so weird too because we have Jonathan Long in AAA, which is basically just another Michael Bush.
We've been a big
Like,
Jonathan Long guy on the podcast for a
Yeah,
while.
we have.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty high on Jonathan Long. And the thing I love most about him is he's a right-handed bat, and I feel like he could complement Bush, especially because Bush has his struggles against lefty. Like a lefty powerful comes into the game, like you have Jonathan Long on your bench, and he's 24 years old right now. He's been very solid in AAA Iowa. He showed out very well in past spring trainings. Like I really like Jonathan Long, and I think he can really help out this team.
and I think what we're trying to do is delay him because we signed that guy that used to play for the Yankees and he went to
Tyler
Japan, and then
Austin.
yes, dude, like I thought that was gonna be Michael because he's a righty, right?
He's a
Hmm.
righty. He's on the 60 day though. Probably won't even if he even makes the team out of spring training next year. Won't be on the Cubs until next year.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say because like I was really excited about that signing, and like I looked it up the other day to see where he was at, and I really like I think since he's hurt now, and I don't imagine him being in Cub. Like I don't think it's ever gonna work just because he's just getting older, and like it was like a long shot like signing, be like, oh, if he's good, we'll that'll be great for us. But I think with Jonathan Long, you call him up when the roster expands. Because when does the roster expand after the All Star break?
Uh,
September, I believe.
September
Is
1st.
this
Yeah.
is it September? Okay.
That's when you get to add your extra for the September call ups. If I had to make a guess, it'll probably be some pitcher and then Jonathan Long. I mean, I could see them potentially doing Triantos as like a pinch runner, just kind of getting the experience. But talking about like that outfield situation, I wouldn't mind platooning seeing what Mo Baller can do in right, seeing what Matt Shaw can do in left, because a lot of your top outfield prospects, as in Josiah Hartshorn, Ethan Conrad, Kane Kepley, like those guys' windows aren't going to be till 2028, 2029. So you still got time till those guys develop. So you're going to have to find other guys that can play the outfield. I mean, whether that's signing another outfielder besides Sayre or Happ, signing another one of those, like you're going to have to find almost time to kill and guys that can play the outfield until those guys are ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing is Conrad, Kepley, and Hartshorn are all left-handed bats. Well, I know Hartshorn's a switchy, but obviously Kepley and Conrad are left-handed bats, so you're gonna have to find some righties that can play the outfield as well. But
Yeah.
do you guys think they should go after Seiya or Happ? I don't know. I would be fine bringing back Seiya Suzuki
You need to keep one.
as much as I love Ian
That's-
Happ. I think it's time to let him walk. Like I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it because I know Hap does bring leadership. He brings defense. He's been a Cub for a while. But personally, I would rather have Seiya Suzuki as a DH rather than Ian Happ every day in left.
yeah, and I think Alcantara is kind of Ian Happ's predecessor for sure. Like, I think Alcantara, or do you guys say Alcantara or Alcantara? I say Alcantara.
I say Alcantara.
I say Alcantara,
Okay.
yeah. I just call him
Okay.
Jaguar though.
El
Just
Jag.
make
Yeah,
it simple.
like he's my big I have so many of his cards. He's my big PC guy, but like I think he's just Ian Happ just but better at everything. Besides being a switch hitter, like I think we're gonna miss having that type of switch hitter in the lineup where he's pretty even on both sides. But I think it's Alcantara's time to kind of expand. I don't think that we give him enough at bats in a single game. It feels like we give him one at bat and then we pull him. Like it's
I've
so
been
weird.
the biggest like when people were like the kid can't run the bases. I was like, dude, like the problem with that is he's been unbelievable in AAA. He comes up, with the team. He doesn't play. It was against San Francisco, right? The Sun in that game
It
where
was a Sunday night game where he got picked off at third.
yeah. So I'm like the kid's trying to make a play. He just had that aggressive move to third. Like that's on Quentin Berry to be like, all right, tell him the situation. Like I was the biggest person to be like, this is not his fault. Like all he wants to do is make a play and make an impact for this team because we don't give him the opportunity to. Like you said, one AB done, one AB done. He gets pinch ran in the ninth
And
inning.
with
Like he never had his
Pedro
chance.
Ramirez. Pedro Ramirez gets called up. Like he's hit very solid. I mean,
All
he
he
had
does
a
is hit
great
the
at bat.
ball.
Yeah, I mean, all the guy does is hit. He plays good defense. Bregman's not really doing much. Nico's been in a slump. Like, why don't you give him more opportunities? Switch hitter. Like, I really like Pedro Ramirez, and I don't know why they're just letting him rot on the bench. That's not going to make him better. Like, at that point, just call up Scott Kingery and let him sit on the bench and pitch run rather than have Pedro Ramirez sit on the bench.
Yeah.
I think that was the idea also with Justin Dean is that I'm pretty sure his first name is Justin, right? Or am I tripping?
Yes, Justin
Okay,
Dean.
okay, I was about to say. I was about to say. So with Justin Dean, I think that's why we kind of did that thing where we sent Alcantara down for Justin Dean is so Alcantara can get that more experience. But there's no more experience for Alcantara to get. Like the
No.
dude's
Yeah.
raking. So
The dude is
and
hitting.
Justin
He's
Dean is
unbelievable.
awesome. Yeah, and Justin Dean, like I went to a AAA game a couple months ago, and Alcantara just got called up, and I was so mad 'cause I love Kevin Alcantara, and I saw Justin Dean play. I'm like, dude, this guy is so flipping fast, and he got into MLB. I'm like, oh my god, this dude is so flipping fast. So I think, and I'm not sure if you guys remember this signing at all, but I want to say it was the 2018 or 2019 playoffs. We signed Billy Hamilton.
I
Oh
remember
Y'all
yeah,
that.
it
remember
was
Billy
it was the
Hamilton?
COVID.
Yes.
It was the
Yeah,
COVID season.
yes. Yes.
And
And we
that
signed
reminds
Billy
me too
Hamilton.
of Terrence Gore. That was 2018.
Yes.
Terrence
Yes.
Gore was 2018.
So I think Justin Dean's that guy for us where he's
Oh yeah.
the designated pinch runner. Cause this dude and he's a little bit older. I feel like he
Yeah,
has
he's
that
not.
base running IQ where like
Yeah,
he's definitely very smart on the base pass. Like and I think the Cubs really are going to need that when it comes to guys like, let's just say, God forbid, Carson Gelly gets hurt, and then all we have for catchers is Mo Ball or Miguel Amaya, like the
Yeah.
two slowest people on
There's no
earth.
speed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think I under because Alcantara is a pretty fast dude too, and he's super long. Pause.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
he's he's but like I think his speed and how tall he is would really help on the base pass. But it's this Cubs roster is so confusing to me, especially with our farm system because we have
Yeah.
so many good guys in our farm system. Why don't we just make a trade for one of these superstars now if we're so loaded that we
yeah,
can't even use all these guys?
That's the thing that I've always been like thinking is like we always talk about these good prospects, but it's also like they have no fit. Go out and get a guy who's going to make an immediate impact when you've got like four guys in the farm system who play the exact same position and their windows are very close to each other. Like you don't mind like the Owen Casey thing. Like they gave him up to try and make a big splash. Obviously, it looks like it's not paying off, but that those things are going to happen. Like that's going to happen, and it's worth the
Right.
risk.
Right, and like I think yeah, taking that risk with Alcantara will be. I imagine it's going to pan out. It's kind of hard to see him in AAA and be like, oh, it's not going to pan out. But the Giants have this problem. I'm not sure if you guys pay attention to a lot of prospects outside of the Cubs system
I
because it's
love.
like
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
an it's an obnoxious amount of baseball. But the Giants have this problem where they have so many middle infielders, especially with
yeah.
Luis Arias and Willie
Oh,
Adames,
100%.
like
Yep.
yeah.
literally up and down their farm system. I'm pretty sure they have like, and I might be wrong, and everyone might clown me on my page. They have like 6 to 8 top 50 prospects are just in the middle infield.
And
Like
It's a
there's no
really
fit.
good
Exactly.
system.
Yep.
right, and I'm from Milton, Wisconsin, and we have this kid that came out of my high school, Gavin Keelan. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him at all.
I'm fact checking you on that right now. Their top four prospects are all shortstops. Gavin Thielen,
Yeah.
they got him. He was drafted in 2025. I remember I was pretty high on him. I thought he was going to be a good fit for the Cubs as he was at Tennessee. I had him in a
So
couple mocks.
apparently, so I was talking to this dude at Wrigley opening weekend. So this might be insider information, guys. Apparently there was a trade between the Giants and the Cubs for Nico Horner, and we were supposed to get a crap ton of prospects, and I think Luis Arias for Nico Horner because we were trying. Because remember, at the beginning of the season, we weren't sure what we were doing with Nico Horner
Yeah, like
before we extended him.
right before the extension. Yep.
Right, and apparently the Giants said no because we asked for Gavin Keelan.
Wow.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that means
so
so that means they're not giving him up.
no, and we're kind of family friends with him, and apparently, from what we've heard, the Giants are like planning to call him up next year, even though he's in Double A.
Okay.
So,
He's in
so
high
apparently he's on
A.
the fast track. Oh, okay? He's in high A. You're right.
Yeah, he's doing pretty solid though in high A. And
So
I really liked I that's who I wanted the Cubs to get in that draft. Like obviously I was happy with their pick, but I was always very high on Gavin Keelan. I loved watching him play at Tennessee. He's
Yeah, he was
hitting
a baller.
288 right now. I mean, very
yeah, he won us a state championship. Yeah,
Oh, y'all won the state
yeah,
championship?
yeah. I graduated with his sister. Yep.
that's
Oh,
all.
okay.
Yeah. But what else for the Cubs right now? Oh, so what I wanted to talk about too, like a main reason I wanted to get on a podcast. Thank God you guys were the first people to reach
Of
out to
course.
me.
It's an
Is
honor.
this bullpen situation that we have, right? And I talked about it a little bit before, and I don't know why everyone's not talking about this. Is if we trade for Peralta, we trade for Scuba, we trade for whoever, we're gonna end up be cutting out guy. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be cutting guys out of the roster that are valuable to us.
Yeah.
We're gonna be cutting a Shota because what we have Shota, Boyd, Brown, Assad, Kion.
It's kind of funny you say that because I was at the game today and you know how typically the Cubs starters like they go and support their guy, watch his bullpen before the game. Like it was insane how many guys were in the bullpen. It was Steely, David Peterson, JMO, I believe, Colin Ray,
Yeah, I forgot Colin
Matt
Ray.
Boyd. There was like eight guys. Jenny Edward
And
Cabrera. There
There's
were like
so
eight
many,
guys
yeah.
there. It was insane. Javier Sa,
and who do you,
eight guys.
and like
Eight guys.
yeah, and then who do you move to the bullpen now? Like because you have this dilemma of do we move our veterans to the bullpen? Do we move our young guys to the bullpen?
Yeah.
Because and there's two problems here, right? If you move your veteran guys, they're going to get all mad at you, and they're probably not going to want to play for the Cubs.
Yeah.
But if you move your young guys, they're not going to have that starter experience anymore. So again, I think I brought this up earlier, is that a guy like Carl Edwards Jr. would literally be the perfect fit as because the dude is raking, right? Or not raking, but he's had some really good major league starts, and he has experience in the bullpen. Obviously, he knows what it's like to be in Chicago, and
How old is
worse,
he? Isn't he? He's not too old, I think, right?
No.
he's not. He was a really young Cub. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah.
Um,
Kind of what you're saying though,
but
like you got to make a decision between what you want to do with this bullpen. And the thing is, the playoffs you only really need 3 to 4 starters. Like I would
right,
say Ben Brown has definitely solidified himself as right now as one of your starters. And after
Is
that,
as much as he's had his issues this year, obviously with the injury, like because of how good he was, in game, what was it, 4 and in the wild card series
one,
too. I think you give Matt Boyd a start if he has, a solid rest of the year because
he
just he
was
was he
great.
had the
He was
experience
great
last year.
last year.
Yeah.
I'd say you go Boyd, Brown, and then
And then if you ever have like a bullpen game, I think Steele.
that's 2 more spots.
correct.
You got 2 more spots between Colin Ray, Jamison Tyon, Justin Steele. I'll put Jackson Wiggins in that mix. David Peterson, um, Edward
Colin Ray. Did you
Cabrera,
mention Colin Ray?
Shota Minago. So that's 7 guys fighting for 2 spots.
Right. So
Um,
and then so here's
I didn't
also
even
a
say Javier
concept that
Assad. That's 8 guys. Eight
yeah.
guys
Yeah.
So
fighting for two.
so a concept that I really like that Seattle's starting to do is called piggybacking, where you have a starter and they pitch 4 innings apiece. If you
Hmm.
have like when the if which they probably won't, if all of this Cubs rotation gets healthy, you start piggybacking because I think what you do is that we have one elite pitcher right now, and for some reason it's Ben Brown. I would bet my life savings that it would not be Ben Brown this year, but I guess it's Ben Brown.
Unreal, man.
Like
Unreal.
like maybe like you pair him up with Cabrera and you try to like spread out the damage a little bit and you try to make these matchups for these guys, or you try to make it where let's just say someone prefers Miguel Amaya. If two guys prefer Miguel Amaya, you have them piggyback with each other. And then you maybe trade for a closer then instead. Trade for a Chapman, trade for a Miller. I
I
don't
did
because the
want to.
Padres were
I did actually want to bring up if you would give Boston a call for Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah, I would 100%.
we did last season,
I
and
was gonna say I
apparently
don't know why I wanted him last year.
The thing
Yeah.
I love personally is not love, but what I would do if you're kind of getting that piggybacking concept is you go from a guy that has a high velocity to a guy with a lower velocity because that's hard to make the jump, honestly. Like when
and
I,
then you put Palencia on them.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Exactly. You go
that's
high,
what I
low,
want.
high.
Like in baseball, it was always hard when there'd be a guy throwing gas and then you have to go to a guy throwing not as hard. Like that's just hard to hit, and it's an adjustment to make. And if say you go like Ben Brown, say throwing 98, 99, topping out there. Then you go to a Shota Managa, topping out 94. Then you go to back to a Palencia or any other closer, topping out 100. That's hard to hit, like especially doing that concept in the playoffs too. We kind of saw it a little bit last year, but I really like that idea,
Mhm.
honestly. And you're seeing it in Seattle because they have so many starters between, and they're all solid too. Luis Castillo, Bryson Miller, Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu. Like it goes on.
They're loaded over there.
I mean, would do a couple ideas. Like you could either do that, or you can put together a package and make your best. I don't like find your best guys, put together a
I
package
think
for a guy like Scooble.
yeah. So a thing that I'd hate to see happen, but I don't know why I talk so much about Javier Assad, but I feel like he's like this like kind of quiet guy that can really change the Cubs season.
Oh yeah.
Is you use him in maybe a trade package and be like, hey, here's this hot pitcher. If you're the Tigers and be like, hey, he's got a couple years left on his contract, give us Scuba, please. Like I think maybe you pair Assad with maybe Rojas. I mean, it's. I mean, the Cubs have the same
Would you
problem.
ever trade Jackson Wiggins if it's like a Scooble type?
Considering how bad Scoop,
I'll ask both of you. I'll ask both of you.
you can go. I'll give you get your take first. 'Cause I have to process that.
I don't know. Like personally, I would rather go Jefferson Rojas before that because you already have Dansby and Nico in the middle infield for the foreseeable future. So it's going to be hard for him to get playing time there, especially as he's rising up right now and his ETA is around 2027. So I would try and get Rojas, but I don't really know. Personally, this could be a hot take, but I would rather trade Jackson Wiggins than I would Josiah Hartshorn because just how high Josiah Hartshorn's ceiling is. Like I love that bat. He's a switch hitter. He reminds me a lot of like a Bryce Harper from the left-handed side. So I don't. It depends who you're asking, like who it's for. Like it's for a guy like Scooble, I would do it. But if it's for like a mediocre guy, I wouldn't. It just really depends on who it is and what the package is.
I mean, yeah, it has to be like a Cy Young level, like a
How
Scooble
much
to
more
even.
if you're giving up like Wiggins, 15th through 18th ranked prospect, like a major leaguer, then I'd say
Like let's say
if you're
a
giving
my
up, say Ramirez, Rojas, and Wiggins in one package, then I'm saying no. It would
yeah.
have to become the lead.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's no way I would ever trade that.
Let's say it's
So
like an Amaya type Jackson Wiggins, and then like a 16 through 20.
Depends who you're getting. It
because
would have to
it
be. That's really what it would come down to.
I meant
because
for Scooble. I meant for Scooble.
For
Kubo's a
Scuba,
weird guy to trade for still, like especially
yeah.
now. So he kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Or not
yeah,
sucks,
yeah.
but
The one thing that upside for him is he's good in the playoffs. Like he was lights out for Detroit. So, I mean, I don't know. I would
the
almost say
trade
no because I really like Wiggins' upside, and I feel like you can bank on the guys that you have right now. And Wiggins is going to be a big part of your rotation, not just for the 2027 Cubs, but for the 2028 Cubs and the 2029 Cubs. And I really like the velocity that he has.
Mhm.
You know what I'd actually like to see at some point, maybe during the off season, maybe not during the season, is the shopping around of Dansby Swanson,
I like
especially with
that.
Rojas. And then there's a prospect that I am so freaking big on. It is Ty Southside. Like
Heard about him. Yeah.
like he he doesn't the reason why he's not ranked so high is because he doesn't hit the ball out of the park. His average is always good.
He reminds me of like a Nico Horner. I mean, he does his
Like,
job.
exactly.
He
He
plays
is
hard.
Nico Horner. And I'm pretty sure he has pretty good defensive
I
upside.
know there's a
So it's
Cubs
kind of like
prospect guy. He always posts on Twitter, and I always am seeing about Ty Southside. Like, I like what I'm seeing from him. But I would shop. Why not shop around Dansby? I mean, how many years on his contract does he have? Like 2 to 3,
two or
maybe
three,
two or
because
three.
Yeah.
and his market's only going to go down. Like I think the idea of
I wouldn't this year though. Not this year.
right, yeah, I think you wait till the off season, but I think that confidence that our prospects would get if we were like, hey, there's an open playing field for you now. Play your butts off. Like I think I think that's a conversation again. Like maybe it's just my personal belief because I've bought so many Ty South sign cards now. Is that I'd like to see him in the majors. I think his predicted is 2028. You might have to
Sounds
fact check
about
me on
right.
that. Yeah, I want to say his prediction is
I'll
2028,
check that for you.
but he won't be 2028 if we still have Dansby Swanson. Like
No,
I think the Cubs need to really like get it together and be like, hey,
2028 for
Dansby
Ty
and
Southside.
is it okay?
Yeah.
I think the idea of Bregman and Dansby being our left infield is kind of over now. Like I think that idea needs to be thrown out the door and you trust like I liked Alex Bregman, but I was so mad that he took Matt Shaw's spot because I'm so high on Matt Shaw.
Especially lately too.
Yes.
Just about how good he's been hitting.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I would definitely throw around the idea of shipping away Dansby Swanson because he's a pitiful hitter. Like he's so good defensively, he can win you games defensively, but Rojas is a very solid defender and he's a very solid hitter. I mean, I think
And
it
yeah,
was a
and I
couple
was
of months
like
ago
going back to the
he
going back
nine
to the
total bases and 5 RBIs in a game. Like Rojas is really good at the plate. I'm just looking kind of at his stats right now. He's very consistent. 55 hit, 50 power, 50 run, 55 arm, 50 field, 55 overall. Like that's
yeah.
very consistent at everything as opposed to Dansby Swanson, who's more of a 70 defense, 40 hit.
He's
Like,
he's a DF, designated fielder.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wish.
no, like and he like going back to like the whole hitting thing where like or like he can win you games, in the field. I mean, he's been hitting fine lately, but like I remember there was a comment David Kaplan made like I don't care how much money you give him. I don't care if he's a great fielder. Like in a spot where you need to get a hit, he's not going to do it. Like he said, Pedro Ramirez has been hitting the crap out of the ball. Put him in the game. Like if you're up late and you need defense, put him in as a fielder. But like again, like if he gets into one of his slumps, like he already had been doing, like there's no reason. Like I don't care how much money he makes. He should not have been in the lineup when he was just abysmal at the plate.
Correct. And I think like what and I don't know why the Cubs haven't learned it. I guess they didn't really go through it, but the Orioles did when they signed Chris Davis to all that money, and he was awful. And they
Hmm.
just eventually had to eat his contract, and it just delayed the rebuild by a couple of years because they were like, "Oh, we gotta believe in Chris Davis," and it wouldn't be a problem if Dansby was the only person that we had veteran money tied up in, but it's Bregman and Swanson, where it's like their contracts aren't worth it. Like that Bregman contract, I feel like in 10 years, we're going to be talking about that's one of the worst Cubs contracts that we've seen from a Cub. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think he's going to be that good. And he's old, and we haven't signed for like 5 years. He's going to, like,
yeah, yeah.
have his
Really.
401k money back.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's not like a 25-year-old. He's pretty old, and yeah, I mean, sure he has more time left, but for right now, this entire first half, I mean, he's been. There wasn't even a point though, like in the beginning of the season where he was hot. Like he's been bad, just consistently.
Yeah, it's he can't come through in the big moments. Like that's what you're getting paid the big bucks for. I mean, you got to come through in the big moments. Bases loaded, tie game, down and run. You got to do that, and he has zero clutch factor.
And
Yeah,
it's so
really.
weird considering he's been around the league for so long.
Yeah,
And,
he's won a
like,
World Series. He's made
And
it to all
he
the
has
games.
a World Series walk off too, like
yeah. Um,
in one of the greatest
okay.
baseball games ever played, the 11 or
Yeah.
the 12-11 game. Yeah.
Is that the one? Is that the one where Jorge Soler pimped that home run? Or am I
No,
tripping?
no, I'm talking about in 2017. It was game 5. It was like 12 to 11 or something, and Bregman
Oh,
hit,
yeah,
hit the
yeah, yeah. Okay.
walk off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jorge Soler, future Hall of pretty good.
Cubs Hall,
Um,
dude. He better be in the Cubs Hall of Good. He
dude,
was, he was.
yeah, you guys got to each DM me from your personal accounts and get your guys' votes in, your guys' players, because
I
I
will.
got you. Yeah.
we have I have a long list, and now I just put into the chat GPT pick four for me because before, like, dude, this page is not what I expected to be. I expected this page to have like 15 followers. Um, if you guys wouldn't mind, I have like thing. You guys ever watch like Breadbasket or some of like the more popular sports account where they draft teams?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you would you guys want to do a Cubs draft, but they would have to qualify for the Cubs Hall of Good?
I
yeah.
would love to.
Okay, all right. Do you guys have? Are you guys on your phones or are you guys on computers?
I'm on
I'm on
computer.
my phone, but I have a computer next to me.
Okay, I'll write mine down on my phone because I have mine on I'm on call on my computer.
All right.
We can go. What do you guys want to draft in order? And you guys want to do like a snake draft?
Yeah, we'll do a snake draft.
Okay.
So, what list is there? Like a list?
I don't have a list. So the rules are under two All Stars with the Cubs. Um, and then can't be in the Cubs Hall of Fame. So is Kerry Wood in the Cubs Hall of Fame? Because there is this dude that's been asking me like every other day to put Kerry Wood in, and I think he's in the Cubs Hall of Fame.
I think he is, yeah. So let's do four each. So let's all think of 12 players. Let's all collectively think of 12 players, and then we'll draft four each.
Yeah. Okay. So should we? Let's just go. Let's go. I mean, what we could do, I guess, is we could debate on who belongs to each position.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like
That might be easier. That'd be better for clips.
that.
So we'll have all our positions a DH and like a 5-man rotation, or
Let's do yeah. I like that.
and then what? Three bullpen guys.
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do a
Close me to your
closer,
fingers.
two relievers, and then let's do three starters. Just to debate a little bit more.
You cut out. What did you say?
Let's do three starters just so we can debate a little bit more.
Okay, three starters and
And
then
then
two
are we doing
relievers.
center field, left field, right field, or just three outfielders?
Right field, center field, left field.
All right, perfect.
Boy, this is gonna get. I'm really gonna have to put my thinking cap
You know,
on
we
here.
got three starting pitchers,
Yeah,
two relievers,
Yeah.
and then a closer. So, do we want to start off at the catcher?
And then
spot?
oh yeah, let's start off with this spot. Also, I forgot to say it. No current Cubs, but they can be in the league still.
okay.
Perfect. All right,
Okay.
catcher.
Catcher.
Wilson.
You have who?
Contreras. Wilson Contreras, maybe.
I think.
He only has one Cubs All-Star.
I have one
Does he?
that's
Okay.
better. So okay, are you doing it off of like? I mean, we could go with like Miguel Montero.
It's for me. It's definitely Wilson Contreras because I feel like he had more. Like
Yeah.
I think he there was a point in time and it was a really weird time to be a Cubs fan where he was to the Cub like after because I'm pretty sure he was there after Baez left after
Mhm.
Baez got traded, so it was like he was the Cub for a couple of years, like he was the Baez, he was
Yeah,
the
he was
PCA,
the
like
Cub. I mean, he was on
it was
he
a
was on the
weird time in
22
Cubs
team.
baseball.
Yeah. Okay, I like
Like that one's not really. I mean, I don't mind Miguel Montero at all, but it's just since Wilson Contreras is literally like
no, that's fair.
he
No,
was so good
100% that's fair.
defensively too.
Yeah.
First base, I think. Who do you think?
First base gets weird
Frank
because it
Schwindel.
can't be Rizzo and it can't be Grace.
Can't be Rizzo.
I have his.
Ooh.
I think Rizzo has like 5 because someone recommended him and he has. I don't know. He has 3. He was 1 over the Hall of Good amount.
Yeah. Ooh.
That Frank Schwindel, I don't mind that at all because he had that amazing run for a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, he made a name for himself. There was a point in time where you'd walk around Wrigley and see a couple Frank Schwindel jerseys.
Yes, dude. There's every once in a while I'll see a Pedro Strop jersey too, and that gets me really excited.
Dude, I love Pedro Strop.
He follows the Cubs Hall of Good.
Does he really? That's awesome.
He was our first Cubs voter.
I love Pedro Strop. Let's
So
see.
first base Frank Schwindel, it's kind of hard because there's just really no one else. Like because the Cubs have always had a good first baseman because it went from Grace. Who was in between Grace and Rizzo?
Oh boy. It was. I mean, Rizzo was there. Let's see. It was that. Well, Derek Lee. He played first.
What is Derek Lee's All Stars at?
Derek Lee's probably a lot.
3.
He was 3. Okay. Carlos Pena, I know. Oh gosh, who was that? They brought a guy over from Japan. Can't remember his name. I mean, he was solid, but I don't.
Domi? No, Domi was the outfielder, I think.
Yeah, no, it was. He was in he got knocked out cold because he ran into a guy against the Yankees, and for the life of me, I can't.
Yeah. Second base.
Let's just say Frank Schwindel.
Yeah.
Yeah, put Frank Schwindel up there.
Second base, you can't go Javi. Can't go Nico.
You could go Javi.
Oh yeah,
You
you're
really
right.
No,
could
I
go
would put
Javi.
I would put Javi at short though. I mean, he was
That
really.
I'm really feeling Sean Dunston at short. That's why I was like kind of waiting.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. How many? So he's eligible?
Like
I would have thought he wouldn't be.
he is. Sean
Okay,
Dunston only
so
has two.
okay, 100% then Sean Dunston at short. So let's go Javi second,
Because
Dunston at short. I got a picture with Sean Dunston at CubsCon. That was
oh
sick. Very
really?
nice guy. Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
Third base. I look, you got a poll
Third
here.
base,
Let's
David
I
hear
feel
it.
Bodie.
like Patrick
David
Wisdom.
Bodie.
Nah, Patrick or David Bodie. I really like that.
David Bodie and Patrick Wisdom are basically the exact same person too, which is kind of crazy.
I mean, David Bodie's walk-off grand slam on Sunday Night Baseball.
Dude, that is kind of hard. Like, feel
I think
like
the debate's between Wisdom and Bodie.
like, dude, it's hard because like I'm trying to think of how people would vote too about like because I
I
feel like
think Bodie
Bodie
just
has
has
that like aura,
the iconic moment.
Just a straight aura, yeah. Yeah.
right? Like,
Good
yeah,
poll.
because I remember I was like, yeah, I mess with the Bodie pick. I mess with the
Yeah.
Bodie pick for sure.
All right, center
Um,
field.
there's also a DH,
Is Dexter
Dexter
Fowler
Fowler.
eligible in center?
Yes, he only
If
has
if,
one
if
All
he's
Star.
eligible, it's 100% Dexter Fowler.
I would assume so too.
Because I think he
Or
only had
Albert Moore
one.
Jr. is Albert Moore Jr. is already in the Hall too.
Love that.
Yeah, so I feel like Dex.
Because
Dude, Dex, oh my gosh.
We'll go Dexter. Left field.
I'd be cool with Dexter.
I would go
Um,
Left.
Well, I think could you go Shorbs?
if Albert Moore Jr. is watching this, I still appreciate you because he did see a couple of he did vote on the Albert Moore Jr. post for his
Dude, I
election.
love Albert Almora so much.
Yeah, so do I.
He was supposed to be.
You would never believe who he voted for.
Ooh.
He voted for himself.
Oh,
But
oh, yeah. Duh.
um, yeah, I'm
Left,
cool with Fowler at center.
left field.
Left field,
Kyle Schwarber.
yeah, I there's really no one else that you can argue with, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to even think of
Uh,
someone that could even does Hap qualify?
Current
well,
Cubs.
he's current.
Oh yeah, oh my literally my rules are up.
Right field.
Uh
Right field. You could do Fukudome. You could do Jay. Another one, Rafael Ortega.
What
Cody
about
Bellinger, what are we
Alfonso's?
talking
Wait,
about?
Alfonso
Oh,
Zoriano in left, though. What about him?
Does he is he over?
Check his.
I,
I'll check his appearances.
I would say Shorbs.
I don't know, dude. Alfonso Zoriano, though.
dude, Cody Bellinger was such a dog for the Cubs.
You could put him
There
in
was a
right.
time at Wrigley where everyone
Put Cody in right.
Belly and right maybe?
I like that. I like.
Yeah, I'd be cool with it. That left is hard just because like you know how good Schwarber is afterwards.
Yeah.
I want to. Okay, so is it All Star appearances with the Cubs?
Correct. Only with the Cubs.
Okay, no, he. Oh no, wait, he made. I think he only made two with the Cubs. Yeah, he only made two with the Cubs.
Soriano,
Yeah.
which was know about Aramis Ramirez too.
Dude,
He's a second baseman though, I think.
yeah.
So then we got Schwarber in left.
Are we
Fowler.
doing Schwarber or are we doing Alfonso Zoriano?
I feel like Soriano had that Cubs aura more. I feel
You
like
got Soriano.
like
Yeah, I think we got to go
um
Alfonso Zoriano.
I think DH we knew Kyle Schwarber because he did DH in 2016 during the World Series.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, starting.
Like because I think okay, now can I get a you Darvish in the chat?
Oh yeah.
I bought a jersey. 4 days later, he got a
That's right. I forgot about that story. Right. You got it was a birthday gift or something, right?
birthday gift on my birthday. Got a Darvish jersey. 4 days later, gets traded to San Diego.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Bro,
All
I
right,
almost bought an
so
Eric Hosmer Cubs
It's kind
jersey.
of
oh
a
my
poll
gosh,
here. How many All Stars did Ryan Dempster have with the Cubs?
let me see.
What y'all fools know about Cole Hamels?
Oh, dude.
I met him actually. My mom's work used to get like, you'd go and it was like a kids clinic, and I met Cole Hamels. I got a picture with him. It was pretty cool.
I saw him pitch in Milwaukee. Cubs. It was actually like 3 days after Chris Bryant came back from injury or something. And if y'all remember, it was bases loaded with one out for Yelich in a tie game. Rocket shot to Bryant, and instead of going home, he decided to like step on third and try and throw across the diamond. And Yelich was safe. And I like hated Chris Bryant after that. It was in 2019, so he was
Dude,
like, already on his way out, and it was
yeah,
I was pissed.
dude, dude, it kind of hurts me that Chris Bryant will never touch the Hall of Good, but he has that MVP, and like that was like my dude growing up.
All right, I'm
Besides
searching
Carl
for
Edwards Jr.
Ryan Dempster right now. He only made one All Star game with the Cubs.
Perfect. Throw
I
him
wouldn't
up
mind
there.
that. I wouldn't mind that.
All right, last starting pitcher spot.
There's there's Hamels.
How many did Mark Pryor have with the Cubs?
There's Marcus Stroman.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah, I just think because he had like the worst end of a season that anyone has ever had. I mean, the guy was literally
Dude,
locked
I met
down, and then
Marcus.
the moment we got in the playoff race, he just disappeared and had like a 9
Dude,
ERA.
I met Marcus Stroman, the nicest dude ever. And also another dude that's really nice. PCA is like one of like the coolest dudes you'll ever talk
Oh,
to,
I could
ever.
He's
imagine that.
awesome.
He just seems like a great guy. Yeah.
He is.
Okay.
Once we
Also,
sponsor
the guy for
great.
the starting road. I haven't talked to him.
He's super nice.
You know who's another good starting? Another good start. Oh my gosh, he just left my head. Jose, never mind. Jose Quintana is another guy I would like to put in the
Ooh.
race for
I
the
got a
starters.
I got a good reliever poll here. I don't know if you could go closer or not, but Craig Kimbrell.
I don't know.
Craig Kimbrell was pretty good with the
He
Cubs.
was. He was, but I don't know. Is he does he get the honor?
He blew a lot of. He, I think.
Hector
Okay, for the
Rondon. Hector
brand,
Rondon. Hector Rondon.
yes,
Yep,
yes.
like that.
Hector Rondon, and then for the brand, Carl Edwards Jr.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, we got
There's
it.
Pedro's. He is the logo of the Cubs Hall of Good, by the way. If you guys didn't know,
As he should be. I
it's
mean,
just
he
like
literally he screams Hall of
the
Good, honestly.
yes. Um. So for our CP, um,
Are we going Hector Rondon for
it's
closer
kind
or
of.
reliever? Because he was
I
a
put him as a
closer
reliever
for
just because
okay.
he was, and I would also put Kimbrel in the closer category if you want to put him in the race. I
Yeah.
would put him in the closer category.
Trying to
So
think.
I would say for closer, it's definitely between Alzolay, Chapman, Kimbrel.
I would say you got to go
I
Alzolay,
th-
the People's Fist. I mean,
What
that
about
run in
yes,
2023 was electric. Like, I
what
mean,
about
he wasn't throwing 100, but he was getting guys out. And after every game, I was fired up.
what about oh gosh, who was the guy's name? Um Wade Davis.
Oh, I hated Wade Davis.
That
Oh,
guy could
no, no, no.
shut the door.
Brandon Morrow.
Oh God.
Brandon Morrow. What y'all know about Brandon Morrow, bro?
Dude, he
He
was
tore.
oh
Didn't
my
he like tear his Achilles putting on his pants or something? It was something
it was
ridiculous.
some yeah, it was something like that. Oh my gosh. The closer's such a tough spot.
There's so many guys that like I feel like relief pitchers really fit this like this idea of the hall
Oh yeah. I feel
like
like
really well.
yeah.
My vote's for Adbert.
I think Adbert. I think we gotta go Adbert.
Who?
Adbert Alzolay.
Yeah, Alzolay. Yeah, I'm cool. Dude, I have this sick auto patch of him where it's like part of the Cubs logo, part of the National League logo, and auto. I got it for like ten
Oh,
dollars at a
that's
card show
sick.
because someone didn't
Someone
know who
didn't
he
know.
was, and I was freaking out about it, dude. It was awesome.
Do you collect or do you resell?
I collect mostly, unless it's like, dude. So I'm not sure if you guys had seen the page yet. So when I was at the Brewers game, I bought a hanger and I pulled a Nico Horner patch out of
Right.
50 at the game. Dude, I like screamed like a little girl. It was so funny. Um, or but like unless if I pull something big, I don't really resell.
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
did. I like I've or the only person that I do try to resell is Cooper Flag. Like I have so much Cooper Flag stuff right now that I'm
That's
like
fair.
so
He's his
ready to
value.
sell.
His value is really high. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love very into
All
comic
right.
stuff. But
Are we going Alzali?
yeah, so I think we
Yes,
picked a pretty
I'm.
good team. Here at the Cubs Line podcast, we end our shows with playing MLB Pickle and Baseball Immaculate Grid. So, as you're the guest, who do you want to start off with for MLB Pickle? So, I don't know if you played it before, but you pick any player in the league and you see who it is pretty much.
Yeah, you gotta. Have you played before?
No, this is
So,
such a new concept to me.
so do you know Wordle?
Yeah.
It's basically like MLB Wordle. So you pick a player, and it'll if it's green, like if the age or the league, the team is green, it's that, and you get clues, and you got to you know shrink it down to one player.
So,
So
just any MLB player, current though.
And then okay, and then what is it pulled up on the website on the Pickle website?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a current player. Let's just go with Palencia.
Let's see. I like that. All right. He throws right handed. That's the only thing that was right. So, probably in the AL, throws right handed.
Brian Wu.
Brian Wu. Let's see if we get team. All right, he's in the AL West from the USA, starting pitcher, throws right-handed.
Oh, that was pretty good. All right,
I'm gonna go
and
Spencer Argaretti on the Astros. See if we get the team. Nope, not the Astros.
so now we're down to what the Angels. The gosh, I can't even think of divisions
Angels, Athletics.
and the Oh my gosh.
In the division, bro.
Why can't I think of the last?
Seattle,
LA? Am I tripping?
Seattle, Texas.
There we go. God, no one ever thinks about
Oh
the
yeah, it's not LA.
Rangers.
Oh my gosh.
I'll go to Grom really quick.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Degrom?
Yep, that's who it is. Your MLB Pickle Player of the Day is
There
Jacob.
we go.
It's a good
All
guy.
right, immaculate grid.
Okay.
We got some White Sox.
All right,
Um,
first Blue Jays and Athletics. You could go Josh Donaldson.
Oh yeah, let me pull it up on my thing too, so I can like visually see this crap.
Perfect.
Hold on, who was it? What were the teams?
Blue Jays and Athletics.
Josh Donaldson was the first one.
Yeah, as well. Josh Johnson or did Russell Martin end up on the Athletics?
Think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Blue Jays and White Sox.
Um.
I'll take a poll. Ooh, I got one. Ryan Tepera.
There you go.
Believe he
He
was.
was a
Yes.
he was a
Check.
demon.
Yep.
Um,
Point two.
Blue Jays Detroit. I'm thinking Max Scherzer, but that feels too
Blue Jays.
obvious.
Yeah.
It's our lifeline if we can't get it.
Yeah.
I'll go Scherzer for now to think of someone else. All right, third baseman for the A's. Think of a poll here.
Who played on the Moneyball team?
Sean Murphy ever play a single game at third base?
He might have because that was his secondary position. I'll put that in. No, he did not.
Or do I not know ball?
No.
Um, crap. I'm trying because like usually what I do for Immaculate Grid is I try to like get their secondary position. Like there was one time where I
Yeah.
sniped a Javier Baez first base. It was crazy.
I'm trying to
Dude,
think.
he
Um,
was.
I got a good one for White Sox third base. Yomer Sanchez.
yeah, I agree. That's sick.
Yeah.
Yep. 1.2 Yomer Sanchez. Detroit third base. Javi
I
Hidden
was
played Detroit or third base at some point.
I think I've had that before. I'm not sure if he does. If he did he?
Yeah, he did 3%.
Oh, he did. Okay.
And two,
Um, 30 stolen bases at Athletics. We're not doing Ricky Henderson.
Esteboy Ruiz. Esteboy Ruiz. Esteban
Eric.
Ruiz,
Wait,
I'm positive he did.
I'm going Eric Chavez for
I
A's
got
third base.
Esteban Ruiz 7%.
Big money ball guy. I'm going Eric Chavez.
For what?
A's third base.
Chavez? Like that. All right, that'll play.
The
this
best
30
sports movie ever made, in my opinion.
And then White Sox, 30 stolen base.
Um,
Luis Robert might have.
wait, I want to see if
I'm
we get
don't
going.
guess
close to a
anything
30-30
yet.
season too.
Wait,
I
Didn't
think Luis Robert.
wait, I want to see if I can get
Yeah,
this.
he did. Luis Robert did
he
7%.
did?
Yup. And then Detroit, 30 stolen bases.
Rajay Davis.
Roger Davis.
That was a base stealer.
Yeah. And we are immaculate with a rarity score of 179. Oh, Cubs
Pretty
Hall,
good.
good. Thank you so much for coming on to the
Yes,
show and
of
reaching out. We had
course.
a great time. We'd love to have you back on the show at some point, and we'll definitely keep in touch with your polls and everything. I had a lot of fun drafting the
Yeah.
All Hall of Good team, and yeah,
All right, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for letting me on. Thank you to all the people who followed me again and got me on this podcast. All
Of
right. Well,
course,
thank you guys for having me on.
yeah, of course, anytime. Again, like he said, we'd love to stay in touch. Maybe get another episode in as the year goes on.
For sure. All right, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Of
and thank you.
course,
Sign off, Ryan Dunleavy.
Ron Zelinsky.
See you guys next episode.
Cubs Hall of Good. Bye.
Yes, sir.